wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant.
Boom, we're live. How's everybody doing this Friday evening? Hopefully you can hear me on my headset. It said it was working, but last time it said it was working. When I re-listened to the live, it sounded like crap. Yeah, as the title says, hurry up and wait. I am waiting for Miss Fate Truckin' to come and pick me up. D Compton's in the house. Thanks for stopping by, man. Been a while since I went live. I think the last time I went live, I was in the hotel and the internet just sucked. But all internet, the hotel internet, the hotspot from Verizon, hotspot from T-Mobile, it just didn't want me to be live. So I am parked now for the weekend. I'm going to be home for the weekend, which is nice. I'm on a load, but it doesn't deliver until Monday morning. Yeah, right. Monday, I think it's like Monday at 10 in the morning in North Dakota. I still have about 3.5, 4 hours to go before I reach North Dakota, but I thought I'd go home for the weekend and spend time with some friends and family. Hope everybody's off to a good Friday. Like I said, I'm going to say hi to a couple of people here real quick. D Compton's in the house. Hollywood's in the house. Back on the road. Yes, I'm back on the road. I got the truck back on Tuesday. Yeah, so I've been on the road since Tuesday. I ended up doing a couple of loads and then getting this load that brings me over the weekend. What's going on, Kelly? How are you doing, man? Rich is in the house. Audio is working fine. Well, that's good. I appreciate that, man. I can never know with my internet. I never know if the audio is good or if the signal's going to hold up. But sorry, I'm reading this on my phone, so it's kind of a pain in the ass. You got both trucks up and running. Hotels install cell phone blockers, so you have to use theirs. Found that out recently. Well, even their internet sucked. And no, I don't have both trucks. I just have the Mac back right now. The international, tell you what, guys, being an owner operator is full of headaches. I have been working very hard, thanks to some great wisdom from Cash is King, not to take this crap personal. Like this is business. It is separate from me. It's just hard when I feel like, I still have this mind frame that it's me paying the bills, right? When it's not. It's the business paying the bills. But the international, I got a phone call the other day. I don't know if I should talk about it right now. There's some other stuff going on with it, but I do have the Mac up and running. Edward's in the house. What's going on, brother? How are you? How are you? Putting together a cooking series with chicken named after undead, like Return of the Living Chicken. That is awesome, Kelly. That's actually an awesome idea. I missed this comment. Giving a thumbs up. Good evening, brother. Great day. Yeah, today's been a good day here for me too, man. Very easy day. I ended up getting loaded with the load that's on my trailer now. And like I said, it's a weekend load, and there was loads that I could have taken that deliver tomorrow or Sunday, but I have plans this weekend. My daughter is in a soccer tournament this weekend. So I want to see some of that. There's some other stuff that I would like to do, hang out with some friends. I think we're having people over again for another barbecue and bonfire. So I want to be home for that. Yeah, it's just going to be a fun weekend. Well, thanks, Mike. I appreciate you enjoying my content. I try my best, man. Like, I mean, here's the thing. I'm starting to realize on YouTube that what works for one person doesn't work for everybody, right? Or what one person's experience is isn't everybody else's experience. That's really hard to like differentiate the two, because let's take me for example. If I'm doing really good, or if things are going good for what I am doing, it's hard for me to like take a step back and think other people are doing worse or struggling or something like that, right? um I think I've been pretty damn open and clear and honest about the struggles that I've faced. um I think part of the reason why I'm still here, to be honest, is when like I'm good with money. Like that is the only reason why I'm here. When money was like falling out of the sky and we were just making insane amount of money, I was very diligent at keeping that and trying not to live outside of the means that I live. I believe I've shared, yeah, I'm an owner operator. Yeah, my business generates a lot of gross revenue. And at the end of some months, there is some very good revenue left, but that's not all my money. You know what I mean? It's it's my business's money. I don't pay myself a lot of money, guys. On paper, I made more money when I was a company driver. I just have the ability to generate, and if I want, have access to more money nowadays. Um, Say hi. Oh man, a lot of people left comments. Barry's in the house, channel member Barry. I'm up in here. My internet is crap, kind of like your hotspot. Yes, Barry. My hotspot sucks. Your internet sucks right now, but you know what? You stopped by, so you get a point for the day. I appreciate it. Cents per mile. What's going on, brother? Back in the truck, or did you invest in a new background? No, I'm back in the Mac. What's funny is I actually looked at another one today. Um, I don't think I'm going to buy a third truck, but I did stop and look at another Mac today. Um, Better rear ends than this one. That truck will be a 7.5 mile per gallon truck, no problem, which is different than this truck. Griff's in the house, another channel member, saying, where are you hiding at this week? And hello, Fate and chat. We aren't hiding. I am back in Minnesota. I can tell you that. And I'm waiting for my wife to come and pick me up, which, what time is it? It's 8:30 right now. She might not be here until like 10:30. Like I said, my daughter is in a soccer tournament this weekend and they have some games and stuff going on. So I'm like on the back burner. I suppose I could take an Uber home. Um, I live about 40 miles from the spot that I'm currently parked in. I guess I could take an Uber. Gary's in the house. What up, Gary? No poop emojis, or did I miss that one? I might have missed that the way I'm breezing through these, man. I don't know. That didn't taste very good. Hollywood says, but what you've been through is real and you don't sugarcoat it. I try not to, Hollywood. I'm going to tell you when it's good, and I'm going to express my excitement when it's good, because when it's good, like that means that everything that I have tried to do, and I'm not just talking about the rates, right? Like even in this whirlwind of trucking where you're going to hear so many different things about what the industry is doing, like I'm still good. Is it as easy as it was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago? No, it's not. It's nowhere near as easy, but it's still good. I will say the breakdowns, and at some point you need to generate some sort of revenue, right? I've had multiple months now where I'm just in the red. You know what I mean? I have enough cash flow to survive all that, but I have to come up with a dollar amount that I'm not comfortable continuing to invest in things and maybe like walk away. You know what I mean? That's a reality. But I would rather take the money that I worked hard for and was able to save and see if I can withstand this downturn, because like Cash is King has said, DIY Semi and other people on YouTube, trucking has its ups and has its downs. And if I can survive a down, I can be there for when it starts going back up. And I mean, we saw what happened last time. I don't expect it to ever do that again. But what if rates jump up 50, 60 cents from where they are now? That's freaking, in my mind, like that's really good for even the rates that I'm getting right now. Um, David Richards, DD McGee, right? David, DD McGee's in the house. Wow, I actually caught a live. How the hell are you doing today, young man? We're doing good, David. We're doing good. Yeah, I saw your comment the other day. Thank you for being a channel member, by the way. Yeah, that was a cool comment. Tell me how you got your DD McGee name. I appreciate that. Paul Harris is in the house. What's going on, Paul? How are you? Barry's internet obviously is working. Says hit the like button. Help this brother out. Yeah, help me out, man. Let's grow. I'm still on track to get to 500,000 subscribers. I mean, it's trending that way. I'm not losing subscribers, so I'm still trending that way. There we go, Gary. About damn time. Thanks for the thumbs up poop emoji. There's some people that I miss seeing in chats lately. Even in other live streams. I wonder where everybody's at these days. Although it's nice out now. I told my wife this morning, when I stopped at a gas, or no, that was before I even left. I walked into the truck stop to grab a cup of coffee and some water, and where I was this morning, it was already like 90 some degrees out. And I was like, we just need to go to the lake. Like, if we didn't have all this stuff planned this weekend, we'd go out to the lake for sure. I was successful as a company driver, but that was a different time. Hey, I was successful as a company driver too, David. It's going to be hard, David, to say David instead of DD McGee. I kind of like DD McGee, but I will respect the name change. I did very well as a company driver. I've been pretty damn clear on why I became an owner operator. It was for the freedom to say yes, no, I don't want to do that, or I'm going home. There was times I remember. So when my first daughter was born, I had 2 days off from my company job. Like, and that wasn't enough time. Like, my wife, my ex-wife, when we had our first daughter, I probably should have stayed home for like a week just to help her like recoup from what was kind of a what's the word, like trying delivery process. My daughter took some time to see light in the world, if you know what I mean. So I missed time right away when my daughter was born. Then when my second daughter was born, I did take a week off. But I had to like plan it way in advance. And I didn't want that for my life anymore. When I was a union guy, man, I had to fill out vacation slips January 3rd when we went back to work. I would have to fill out vacation slips for that entire year. Like, that sucked. I didn't want to do that anymore. That's why I wanted to become an owner operator. Wow, that's a huge record. I bet that thing's freaking $500,000. Easy $500,000. Fate said it better. Rear ends, LOL. Yes, I did. I had talking about the other Mack truck. LOL. Griff's laughing at you. You have tattoos older than me, huh, David? Probably. I'll be 43 next month. I have 3 tattoos. My oldest tattoo is it this one? Yeah, this is my oldest tattoo, the one on my right arm. And then this tattoo is 19 years old. This one's the tattoo on my right arm's 22 years old. The one on my arm is 19 years old, and the one on this shoulder is like 16 years old. I still want more. Like here, so this you can't read it, and you wouldn't be able to read it even if I could get it close to the camera for you. But this is my daughter's name in like writing that I kind of came up with. So like only if I point out the letters to you will you understand what the name is. Um, but I have my oldest daughter's name right here, and I don't have my youngest. And my youngest has made comments about that because all the other tattoos I have represent, well, the one on my right arm represents uh like my patriotism, because you could call it patriotism, I guess. But like I'm proud of where I come from. And when I played hockey, I went overseas a lot. So, well, I went overseas 3 different times. So it was nice to be in a locker room and like have the eagle and flag on your shoulder, you know what I mean? Because you're playing with people from other countries. Um, your neighbors wouldn't mind if you just ran the old girl to the house. You know what? I have done that cents per mile. My neighbors don't mind. The problem is I have a really heavy load on my trailer, or in the trailer. I can drop my trailer where I am, but I'm afraid if I drop it for the weekend with how hot it's going to be, it's going to sink. So I don't want to disconnect the truck from it. But my neighbors are super cool. However, like the city isn't. So I live in like kind of a ritzy area. Oh, well, whoa me. Like, so all it's gonna take is one person driving their BMW down the road and being like, "What the hell is that thing?" And then I'm in trouble. But I sometimes bring the truck home. Have two replacements, or have to replace my two quick release valves. Really? Why? Are they leaking? Um, I'm at approximately zero revenue for the month. Well, the month has just started, so that sucks. I'm probably at, let's see, I dropped my first load of the month delivered. What is today? Delivered yesterday. So I haven't bought any fuel yet. I have a little bit of a profit already this month, but knowing my luck, that'll just be gone in like a week. I'll be broke down and need a new freaking transmission. Knock on wood. I'm not gonna need a new transmission. Call me Cooley's in the house. He's back in the States. For all you that don't know, you want to see a carrier that like makes moves and buys equipment directly for the customer. This was a long time ago, so I don't know if he's done it. So Cooley, if I'm talking out of turn, I apologize. But this guy was buying trailers back in the day specifically for customers, like a certain type of trailer. So if you want to see a successful carrier that's continuing to grow his business, check out Call Me Cooley. He's got a channel. Go check him out. Does he have a wrench? I need to give you a wrench if you don't have a wrench. I can't right now. I'm on my phone. Holy crap. Nope. A car just pulled into the driveway that looked like my wife. Hope Miss Bate isn't watching. You ain't supposed to be an expert on rear ends. Well, she might argue with that. That's wrong. That's wrong, Barry. Look what you made me do. Uh, Not hurting too bad yet. No, I hear you, Gary. This isn't easy, man. This is not an easy deal. I don't know how to explain how I feel right now. I wish I could. I need to make a video. I think what I'm going to do is make a video and like really just like it's hard, man. When you see red, when you look at your profit and loss statements or your year to date, and you see red, like that's not fun. That's not fun. Um, I don't let it bring me down because I know that that's just business, and there's businesses that make money, and then there's times businesses don't make any money, and it hopefully you have enough capital to withstand those times. I think I've talked about that too. Cents per miles, hashtag low life. Um, so was it just the actuator and DPF filter cleaning? Thanks for watching my video, bro. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Or did I make a video about it? Have you guys seen a video released about how much my breakdown cost and what they did? I don't remember if I released it. Um, so it ended up I needed a new turbo actuator, and the DPF filter was taken out and cleaned. Um, all all expenses. So I know I released the video because I forgot to add in some expenses. I forgot to add in Uber rides. So if you look at just the breakdown alone was, I'll tell you right now. The breakdown alone was $8,562.29. And like I said, that was for a new turbo actuator, and the baking and cleaning of a DPF filter. Because the Mac only has one DPF filter on this truck. Unless it comes apart. No, it's only one. But you add in like $500 for a hotel, 100 and some dollars for rental car, plus 20, 40, 60, 80. $80 for Uber rides. Oh, thank you. Mark Ely just became a channel member. Thank you, Mark Ely. I appreciate that. Now this is going to stay up here. Okay. I went to a I went to my psychiatrist last week. He told me I was crazy. I said I should get a second opinion. He tilts me. He tells me I was ugly too. Well, go get a third opinion, David. Go get a third opinion. This trucking life's in the house. You know what, guys? These comments, I want to read them all, but now my screen is like super small. I don't know what's going on. Did you waffle stomp the curb again? No waffle stomping the curb. No, I have not had to get towed again. Driving with John's in the house. What's going on, brother? How are you? Yeah, trailer days. Okay, call me Cooley. I'm glad I wasn't speaking out of turn, man. Wheel burner, Sean. Nap time is over. Yes, you're not still live, are you, wheel burner? I did check real quick. But I know you were live earlier. Oh, for all you that don't know, check out Wheel Burner's channel too. This dude's got like a huge beard. He looks like a Yeti, or Santa Claus, I guess, too. But he's gonna shave it off for charity a Sunday afternoon. So go subscribe to the Wheel Burner channel, and go to his live on Sunday and donate to a charity. And he's allowing the subscribers to pick the charity that he's going to donate to. So yeah, go check out Wheel Burner. I didn't figure it out until the other day. You bent up your international over there at the Eastern Shore Cisco. I was there all the time 20 years ago. So I wasn't at Cisco when I destroyed my truck. I was actually driving to go see John Wick 3. you guys, it has turned into an absolute nightmare. Like we're beyond my 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 like fault here. Like we're beyond that. My fault, my accountability is I hit a curb, right? I broke a leaf spring. Everything that has transpired from that point to where we are today is like not my fault at all. I believe that truck went into the shop March 15th. I've been without that truck since March 15th, I think. Absolutely ridiculous. Mark Ely's in the house. Once again, Mark Ely, thank you for becoming a channel member. I'll try and read comments like this, guys. It's just hard to see. Cash, make sure you have your gearing correct. Good vibes. Thank you. Am I saying that right? Cash? Or cash? No, it's got to be cash, right? Hopefully I got that right. What was the DPF cost? So the filter was super cheap, Mark, to get cleaned. $312. I think that's pretty cheap. I'll say this, that shop that I brought it to in Hagerstown, gosh, what was the name? Nacarado, I think. Absolutely fantastic shop. If you live in the Hagerstown area of Maryland and you have a Volvo, a Mack, or a truck that has a Cummins motor in it, I would highly recommend going to that shop. They were very punctual. They kept me really informed. Had it not been a holiday weekend, my truck would have been out of there the next day. Because I dropped the truck off at like noon on Friday, and they had done all the work to the truck except the DPF filter, because they actually send that out to be cleaned, and that shop closed at 3 on Friday. So the only thing I waited for on Tuesday was to have the DPF come back to that shop and put into the truck. It was surprisingly quick. Tito's and Soda's in the house. What's going on? Says, hey, Fate, hang in there, bro. Dude, I'm trying. LOL. You can laugh. It's not easy, man. And like I said, it's just, I think I take it personal, and it's business. It's not personal. But it's hard when you are when you technically are the business, because I'm driving the truck, I'm doing the paper, like nobody else is doing it for me. It's hard to not take it personal. But I'm learning, and I'm learning from people that I believe are successful in this industry or are successful carriers. Hence, Call Me Cooley was in here earlier. He's a carrier. He's been pretty open on his channel about, decisions he's had to make for his business, and, letting people go or hiring people. I'm sure he doesn't take it personal. Got another super chat here. Thank you, David. $20 super sticker. I appreciate that. Wow. It even ended a turbo, also heavy, man. So what happened was your turbo actuator. Now, once again, I'm not a mechanic. I'm just going off of like what I researched and what I was told at the shop. And they didn't bring me out to the shop, but they drew a diagram. The turbo actuator has like an arm in it, right? And that arm, like, I don't want to say controls the gears of the turbo, does like rides on the gears of the turbo or something like that, right? Once again, I'm not a mechanic, so I don't understand like the mechanical aspect of it, but that arm seized up. So what happened was the gears like tore apart in the turbo, which I heard happen, and I didn't realize that's what it was. So I guess if I have a turbo go out again, I know what it sounds like this time. Gary Bates says, you never told us how no fuel ox being used when DIY had the Mack caused you a breakdown, LOL. No, I do not believe the fuel ox caused the breakdown. Gary, you're not the first one to bring that up to me though. But no, I've used fuel ox in this truck for almost the entire time I've owned it. I've just never really tracked it. Um, I almost like I'm at the point now where I want to track things, like to make sure they work, because that this 16-ounce bottle right here, is $63. Like, it's not cheap. Um, I've had people tell me it's snake oil, and I will say this. I think the fact that I wrote down every stop, and if you go back and watch the video I made about my experience with Fuel Ox for 1 month, um, I have definitely seen a big increase in the usage of my DEF fluid. Like, I think I'm getting around 183 miles per gallon with my DEF fluid right now. And that's as expensive as fuel is. So if I can not use as much DEF, that saves me a little bit money. Tito's and Soda says, how do you become a member with an iPhone? We don't get the join button. Well, Tito's with Soda, if you would like to join the channel and become part of the Towel Gang, I think if you just go to my main page, I think you can join there. I don't know, because I don't use Apple products. I know people that don't order things from Amazon. I don't purchase Apple products, even though everybody else in my family does. And without a doubt, they are more superior than like my Android stuff. I just have a problem with Apple products. But I think that's how you do it. If you would like to, by no means, obviously, you don't have to. But you could be as cool as Barry if you did become a channel member. Barry, I think, was my first channel member. I think you were my first one. My oldest son turns 28 today. He is older than your tattoos, crying face. Oh, Barry, but that's cool, dude. Your kids are getting older, man. What a different experience it is being a father when your children get older. I don't know about you, Barry, but like the relationship with my oldest daughter has really changed. And I'm not saying like that's a bad thing. I think it's harder on me to like let go of, I don't know how to say it, because I'm still a parent, but I have to learn to let go and let her experience life on her own. And when she moved out and went to like, that was hard for me. But my relationship with my oldest daughter has really changed. I mean, it's almost like two adults talking now. I can't wait until she's 28, and I can't imagine she'll have a career and, maybe a child at that age. That'd be crazy. How do you become a channel member? Okay, Hollywood, I just told you. Now you guys are messing with me. Now you're being like Cash. CJ Hudson's in the house. Finally found the party. No, we're not really partying tonight, CJ. We're just waiting on Miss Fate Trucking to come and pick me up. I probably should pack up all my crap so I'm only home. I might leave on Sunday. Like I said, I have to get to North Dakota by Monday. Where I currently am, it's about 3.5, 4-hour drive. I don't deliver until 10 o'clock in the morning. So I could come to the truck at 4 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning. But I got some cool stuff in the next couple of weeks. Or in the next week coming up. I'm trying something different, and right now it's working out. Once again, I wish I had wood to knock on. Oh, I do. Look at my back scratcher. Knock on wood that everything stays the way it is right now. That's a great price. Usually around 12,000. New one is 2,500. Oh, okay. Or 12,000, 1,200. You must be talking about the filters. Yeah, I thought it was a good price, man. So what they told me was when my turbo went out, so what happened was my truck wouldn't regen, right? And I drove it probably 70 miles knowing that something was wrong with my truck, but I had to get to a safe spot. Um, what they told me is when the turbo went out, all it does is push the soot through the exhaust and it fills up your filter, like the top part of it. So they're like, this should be super easy to clean, super easy just to bake out all the soot. Um, so what they do is they do that and then they run it through a test to make sure that it worked, and mine worked. So I didn't have to buy new ones. Um, stinking truck, sinking trucks aren't a healthy situation. I blame Zimmerman Seal Cult for this problem. Yeah, sinking trucks can't be good, right? That's happened to me before. I had a trailer fall through concrete. Um, I dropped it, drove away from it, came back about, I don't know, probably 4 hours later, and it had fallen into the concrete. Like I couldn't get underneath it. We had to get a tow truck to come and lift it up. And it was loaded. It was loaded with ice cream, but yeah, pain in the butt, man. David, thank you again for the $20 super chat. I appreciate it. Same with you, Mark Ely, becoming a channel member. I appreciate that too. David says, I read something once called the $20 millionaire. It just was just about how $20 can make someone feel truly appreciated for what they do. Well, I do appreciate it. Hey, I've shared this before, and I'm the worst at this. Like, I'm not good at like self-promoting myself. It is still very odd when like it's hard for me to accept stuff from people. I don't know if he wants me to say it. I had somebody cash at me $200 when I was in that hotel during the breakdown. And I didn't know how to react. So it is appreciated. And I've shared this before. The little bit of money I make on YouTube from videos, memberships, and cash super chats or super stickers goes right back into YouTube. You can't tell now because I didn't set my computer up or anything, but my camera for my computer, the subscription to StreamYard, the other, I have 2 subscriptions for editing. YouTube's paid for all that. So I do appreciate it, guys, very much. Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. Cash is King says, can you explain logbooks next? Yeah. Cash, you're never going to let me live that one down. Channel member, by the way. Thank you, Cash is King. Are you out trucking? Are you done for the day? Or are you out trucking? Anthony's in the house. Are the bugs bad at your house too? Balls can't even go outside. What? Are the bugs bad at your house too? Balls can't even go outside. Is Balls your dog? Huh? I don't know if the bugs are bad at my house right now. I haven't been home. I will say this though, Anthony, we spray our yard to keep. So yes, I guess I can answer your question. Yes, the mosquitoes are really bad. Like where in Minnesota in general, mosquitoes are horrible here. And especially when it's like this kind of humid out and it just rained, man, they come out in droves. Droves, did I say that right? Hollywood says there's no join button on the iPhone. Maybe I have to try a web page. Hollywood, I don't have a web page. I am not as cool as Cash is King. By the way, go check out his web page. I think it's casheskingtrucking.com. I know he's got a web page. And you know what, Hollywood, you're appreciated even without joining. Cents per mile says, When I make the YouTube money, I'll be able to buy 3 trucks for myself, and every subscriber will get their name on the truck. Wouldn't that be funny? I should do that. I don't even know how many subscribers I have right now. How many? Like 25, I think. 2,500. Something like that. That'd be funny. You just put names all over the truck. That'd be great. Cash is King Trucking says, hashtag spitting gang. Love watching people spit into a bottle every 2 minutes. Yeah, I took it out, Cash. I remembered what you said. I apologize. Hey, man, people smoke and do all kinds of things on YouTube. I can't have a chew. Or what you called it. What did you call it the other day? So I do chew tobacco, but I chew pouches, right? I choose Grizzly Wintergreen pouches. And the reason I have pouches is I used to work for a company here in Minnesota that was I probably shouldn't say this. I worked at a place that didn't allow tobacco use. Well, I used tobacco while I worked, and I was able to, like, if a manager walked in on me or something, I could swallow the whole thing. Insert joke here, and not get caught. So it just, yeah. And this, once I got older, it just stuck with me. Driving with John says, "What do you get for being a member? You get to be part of the Towel Gang, dude." I don't know. I don't know what you get. You get to be part of the Towel Gang. You get to support my channel for, what is it, $1.50 a month or something, $1.99 a month. I don't even know what it is. I forget. I need to do more members. You made a good point, John. You made a good point. So you're going to watch Fargo when you go to Fargo. Are you talking the movie or the TV show? Because I think I've seen 2 seasons of Fargo, the TV show, and obviously, so sorry, hit my mic. Fargo, the movie, is kind of like a staple when you live in Minnesota, because I personally don't think they got the accents right. All you can tell me if they did that don't live in Minnesota. CJ Hudson says, waiting on a woman, waiting on a fabulous, wonderful, beautiful woman. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And hey, like I said, CJ, my daughter's got a soccer tournament this weekend. And so obviously my wife is not my daughter's biological mother, but she's helped raise them. And the fact that she's supporting her and not coming to pick me up, I'll wait all night. And I'm going to have to too, probably. ISX Cummins is in the house from Tennessee. What's going on, brother? I haven't seen you around lately, and then I noticed you dropped a couple of comments on some videos. Nice to see you back. Hope everything's going good with you. Oh, here we go. Now I'm going to get made fun of. Gotta spit. Gotta spit. May the road rise up to me. Hold on. May the road rise up to meet you, and may the wind always be at your back. Take care of each other out there, everyone. What's that from? I've heard that. That wasn't a movie that I really like. I've heard that. Where have I heard that, David? I've heard that. Thanks, Fade. I will miss the beard, but it's for a good cause. Yes, it is. The list of charities is in our community. Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, Wheel Burner, do you have a wrench? I don't even know who's got wrenches anymore, because I've been doing these on my phone. Go ahead and drop a link to your channel, Wheel Burner, because I think that's pretty cool. But like I said in your live, you're not going to look as good as this. I still miss it. But then here's the thing: when I don't shave for like a day or two, I look at myself and I'm like, man, I look so scruffy and I need to shave. I wish I wouldn't have shaved it off, but I did. That's what she said. I'm in trucking. I'm currently stopped at a Quick Trip for a fish sandwich. Probably going to get back to the truck in a few. Okay, bummer. Gonna see if you wanted to come in here, man. Uh so you must be down south. Quick Trip with a Q. You're not in the Midwest anymore. Oh my God, the clips I'm cutting out of this live. Oh, I'm sure you're going to, man. Hey, cut it all. You don't need my permission, but you have my full permission to make fun of me. Just do me a favor. You're kind of a heavy hitter in this YouTube realm, Cash. Send some people my way. Send some people my way. Um, if you actively stretch your 1 year lives, you will get a lot of subs. Actively stretch your no, or scratch no. Why did I say stretch? Because I'm reading this. Scratch. Cash's Kings Trucking. What say you? Oh, I don't know what that means. LOL. CJ Hudson says, because she'll take her time because you don't mind waiting and on a woman. Well, oh, that's what it is. Brad Paisley country song. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I have heard that song. Yes. I have heard that song. I don't listen to a lot of country, but now that you say that, I do kind of remember the lyrics of that song. Irish Blessing, gotta go, dude. Take care. Well, David, thank you for stopping by. And you know where I heard that was on the TV show Blue Bloods, and I believe they're like portraying an Irish family. Okay, yeah, there's Wheelburner's channel. Everybody go check him out. I'm a little slow uploading videos, but I'm loading in LA, but I'm loading in Alabama and then heading to Arkansas with it. Oh, wow. Over the weekend? Oh, good. I got caught up. I'm tired of reading. Reading sucks. Um, Especially when you need glasses and you're trying to read it over here. But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm going to sit here and keep waiting until my wife decides it's time to come and pick me up. I did call my oldest daughter and she said she would come and get me, but she also told me she had friends with God, she had plans with friends. So I said, hey, why don't you just stick with what you were going to do tonight? I don't mind staying in the truck. I probably should take another nap though. I made a joke. Wheelburner was live earlier. I didn't pick up until noon today and I slept until, I don't know, it was about 8:45, 9 o'clock in the morning before I woke up. Oh yeah, Arkansas's AR, Alaska. That's right. Yes, I'm a little okay. Yeah, I missed that one. Sorry, cents per mile. Beat me up. You're right. I was thinking AK is Arkansas, but Arkansas is AR, right? And then Arizona's AZ, Alaska's AK. Man, going all the way from Alabama to Alaska. Holy crap. That is crazy. That's got to be a long drive. I wouldn't even know how many miles, like to even estimate how many miles that is. Let's see. Probably. I wouldn't even know how to estimate that. Alaska, that's crazy. To Alaska. Yeah, I know I'm an idiot. Thanks for reminding me, guys. Uh, God made me this way, so he's got a plan, right? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. How many miles is that? And how long, like, what's the transit time on that? Um, I gotta believe that's gotta be like a week long, right? I don't know. I mean, I've never driven because you'll have to drive from Alabama. How the hell do you even get there? Do you enter in like over on the northwest and go through British Columbia? Like, how do you do that? You don't mess that up on your IFTA reports, do you? I don't do my IFTA reports. My carrier does my IFTA reports. I only see the end result of my IFTA. Thank God. I would probably have to hire somebody. Um, 4,400 miles. Wow, I was gonna say like 3,600, and I didn't because I thought you all would laugh at me. 4,400 miles. That is crazy. That is crazy. Dude, I don't even do that. 4,400 miles. I run about just under 5,000 miles every 2 weeks. That's crazy. Marty's in the house. What do you charge by the hour to move your truck, tractor, trailer? I don't really charge by the hour. Um, I've never had somebody say, what would it be per hour? I kind of have a dollar amount per mile or a dollar amount that I would like to make in a day, right? So even if I take a load that's going to be 3 days long, 4 days long, in my mind, I'm thinking, does this add up to what I like to make per day? And then let's say it's a couple $100 under what I like to make per day. Well, then I try and find, like, say if I deliver early in the morning on that load that I'm talking about that pays me a little bit under what I would like to make in a day, I try and find a load that picks up and delivers the same day, because then that adds to that overall day rate. Um, but I don't even do that. It's just in my mind, like when I'm booking a load or talking to a customer, I get an idea on what I would like to earn. Because if I can earn that every day, then it hits the goals that I've set for the month. Because I obviously have all my costs before there's actually revenue. You know what I mean? I have all my fixed costs before I can get to my revenue. I got it. All right, good. I'm good. Sorry. I had made a comment earlier that was totally an inside joke and totally meant for somebody, and I'm glad you got it, bro. I'm glad you got it. Oh, here we go. Cash, you're supposed to be just eating dinner or something. Um, Fate's spit bottle. Put your lips on me. God, Cash, you're the best. You're the best, Cash. For real. Like, you definitely are the goat of this. And I don't care what anybody says. You're so quick to come up with good freaking troll accounts and like attack me. You're the best, man. You are absolutely the best. It takes me about 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Holy cow. What are you hauling up there? I should know what you do and I forget. I've kind of gotten off YouTube. I watch Cash is King, Wheel Burner. You guys might laugh at me, but uh um oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. I watch This Guy Trucks. Um I don't really, and then I listen to music or something. I'm on a kick right now of watching documentaries on silverback gorillas. I don't know why. I got into the rabbit hole the other night on this documentary I was watching, and now like every third video that's recommended to me is another silverback gorilla video, so I've been watching them. Yeah, right, CJ? That's a great name. Cents per mile's laughing too. Um, Cents per mile says the speed it took to create that channel that fast, pure talent. It is talent, and he deserves a wrench. I charge $3.50 per hour. Okay. Let me get to this. So if you move your truck 40 hours a week, how much you think you should charge? If I ran my truck 40 out, well, so I'm that's what would that be? I got to do math real quick. Like I said, I have a day rate that that I don't have a day rate that I try and hit. That's not how I operate. How I operate is I kind of have a figure in my mind on what I want to operate the truck. That's such a good question. I should know the answer to that. But I don't. I have a miles, how do I say this? This is probably sharing too much too. So I kind of have 40 hours, that's 8 hours, that would be $100. We'll say $100 an hour, right? Like, I mean, that's the easiest. Like, if I break it down in this current market, I want to gross 850 a day, right? Like, so if I'm only working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, that's a little bit more than $100 an hour. You know what I mean? Does that answer your question fairly? I'm not going to do this. Ah, holy crap, you should see this raccoon. Wonder if it'll eat something. Do I have some food to give it? Raccoons are dangerous. I don't know why I wanted to come to the truck. Holy shit, you should see this thing. I want to get it over here to get it on camera. How do you get a raccoon? Hey, I need to throw it food. Holy crap, this thing's like this big. It's freaking huge. And it's gone. Who needs LeBron and all that mess when all you need is Cash is King, the only GOAT? Yeah. I don't follow basketball. I I don't know how good LeBron James is. I grew up during like the dynasty years of the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan was everything. Michael Jordan, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, like those were the main like athletes I guess you would look up to when I was young. Wayne Gretzky was the guy for hockey. Not my guy. A lot of people thought Wayne Gretzky was the best player. I didn't, but it's hard to argue that he wasn't. And I don't, like I said, I don't know. Is LeBron the best? I don't even know. I wonder how many subscribers are purely Cash's troll accounts. 3/4 of them. Hashtag low life. 3/4 of them probably. Him, I bet him and DIY Semi probably make up 50% of my subscribers. That's how much idle time these two have. Um, dude, how did I not make the list? I don't watch mine either. What list was I talking about? How did I not make the list? I don't know what list I was talking about. Oh, people I watch. Well, of course I watch you driving with John. I watch cents per mile. I was just saying, like, I have like a very small amount of people that I watch on YouTube. I mean, just, it's not because I'm being rude or anything. I just don't have the time between me trying to do stupid vlog videos, or not stupid, but doing vlog videos and trying to bring better content than just vlog videos, and then working all day. Like, I don't have time to really watch a lot of YouTube. All right, hold on, guys. Okay, I don't know how this is going to work. The screen might go black for a minute, okay? Just hold on. Did that work? Did that work? Am I back? I think I'm back. Shoot, you stepped on Jackknife. Oh, Jackknife's live? Shoot. You stepped on Jackknife. got you on the phone now and him on the other. Nice to see you in the working truck now. Yeah, thank you, WCF Invader. I appreciate that. And I did not mean to step on Jackknife. Rock down trucking, charge you will quickly be discharged and say it's not worth it. Come on, I sent the link. Oh my God. Fate's Gorilla documentary. Oh, I can't make this shit up. Bro, I sent you the link, Cash. You should come in. You should come in. People saying hi. All right, here we go. Troll King. Add to stream. Hello.
Hello, Max.
We can see your Peter through the windshield.
Oh, nice. I don't know why it's giving you that camera. Nice.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
So
Yeah.
Marty says I should be no less than $180 an hour. If you work 10 hours, man, that's like I said, we all are different, Marty. We all are different. What I need might be different than what you need.
I think 180 an hour is too low.
Too low.
Yeah. I don't crank his truck for under 1,000 an hour, by God.
I wish I had your cojones to say that. Like I said, I have a dollar figure that I like to try and average, I guess, if you look at it that way, in a day, but it's not even like a motivating factor. I look at what the load pays from point A to point B, and then what can I get out of the point B area that is good.
Yeah, I don't set crap like that. I pick the best thing I got in front of me at the time and I run it, because when you set day rates and when you set hourly rates, I feel like you're just setting yourself up for failure, because take that $180 an hour and find me a load back from the East Coast to Minnesota that pays anywhere near that.
Dude, it doesn't. I deadheaded while I was talking to you. I deadheaded out of Maryland to Columbus, Ohio, and got the exact same rate that I was offered to leave Maryland and come back to the Midwest for 320 miles. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know, each their own. I mean, I also believe everybody does. I've learned that everybody's different. You're different than me and I'm different than you, you know?
Right. Yeah. I'm not saying you shouldn't, get the most you can get, but it's like every time I say I want to make this much per day, I fall short of it. And then I'm like, I feel like, I just don't set myself up for failure anymore.
Right. So where are you at? Well, how do I say this? What do you got going on this weekend?
I got a 2-pick 6-drop situation. What? Yeah.
2-pick 6 drops.
Yeah, they called me last night and said, "Hey, we're gonna add a pickup and a delivery, and it's gonna add 22,000 pounds to your load." So, yeah, Merry freaking Christmas.
Right.
And
what direction are you headed? Are you on like your typical lane? Are you heading out east or?
Yeah. That was Talk to Text that said that. I was eating a fish sandwich. So
yeah, and creating troll accounts.
Well, I've already got those created. We're just, we just have to fill in the blank.
You definitely are the GOAT. Definitely the GOAT.
Yeah, you got to make those weeks in advance, to be legit.
And then just at the right opportunity, just switch it and leave a comment. Yeah, that's a great idea.
I had, let me tell you a little story. I had Killian's with one the other day. Oh, it was funny. And he was like, I looked into that. I made one about his fishing boat he bought,
Yeah.
And he goes, hell, I looked into it. That account was made 2 months ago. He goes, hell, I didn't even have a boat 2 months ago.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah.
he asked me about somebody that leaves comments or is in lives when he's in there. I forget the name. Mackinac Bridge Kid or something like that. He's like, "Who is that? Is that you?"
Oh, man.
I'm like, "No, dude. Like, I I'm not witty enough to come up with these great freaking." Because here's what I love about your troll, like Fate's goatee, and they're so precise with stroke it. I'll never forget. I always used to grab it like this, and the comment would be "time to stroke me" or something. Oh, no. Evidently, I said something wrong. I know my worth, $181 an hour. Everyone else is free labor. Check out those rear ends. So when you have your truck fixed, parts plus labor, how much is that an hour? Well, parts can't be counted for hour. I can tell you exactly how much I was charged per hour. Oh no, they didn't break it down per hour. I know shop fees or shop rates are super expensive right now. I get what you're saying, but that's a completely different business than hauling freight, you know. And I mean, Marty, I am by no means like, I mean, I'm 2.5 years into this owner operator deal, right? By no means do I pretend that I know everything. Um, I'm just gonna say this though, once again, like if you need $180, you need $180. If I only need $100, me as a business, like I'm gonna run it for $100 and put you out of business, right? Like I'm not trying to be an a-hole. Hold on.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, well,
I fat fingered the situation. It came out. Might have been my prom night.
yeah. Hey, Marty's got another good comment on here, and I would be interested to know what your opinion is on this. So he says, so when you have your truck fixed, parts plus labor, how much is that an hour? I think he's kind of making the argument, look how much they're charging per hour to work on the equipment, and we're saying our equipment isn't even worth that per hour.
It don't amount to a hill of beans what the shop makes versus what you make. How
Well,
many hours? How many hours a week is your truck in the shop on average? You know what I mean? Like you're in two different businesses. Don't
right.
make two shits. Like
That's kind of what I said. Like they're completely different businesses. But yeah, no, I get it, man. And I'd be interested on your thought because like I know you even said it in your video, was the video today. Oh yeah, by the way, thanks for telling me I sold out.
oh,
Thanks for telling me I'm a sellout.
I figured you'd like it better coming from me than a stranger. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got one today. I got a
Uh,
comment today. I might as well take a pee in my fuel tanks. Oh, that guy wasn't happy.
Oh.
But whoa, I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So like you like money. You're a business guy. You've taught me a lot about this.
Right.
If somebody needs $180, but you only need $100 an hour, there you go.
Sorry, I'm just making love to my 1 gallon here.
One
Uh,
gallon
yeah, it's like $89.
for a gallon?
Yeah, on their website. Use my link. Treats 3,200 gallons.
Oh wow.
But anyway,
But anyways,
yeah.
I was just gonna say if I can run something for $100, I'm gonna run it for $100, even if they're willing to pay. How do I say this? Like if I'm in business and competitive, it makes sense for me to run something at $100 if to like put you out of business. You understand? Like I'm not saying
Yeah.
like we should be
No,
out here to put each other out of business, but we should be out of here, or we should be out here to be able to make money, but also run to where we can beat the person next to us, right?
you're talking about the Jeff Bezos School of Business is what you're talking about. I don't care what it costs you to run a business. I'm gonna run my business as cheap as possible, and then when I'm the only game in town, then I'll start raising my rates. Is that
Oh yeah,
is that what you're?
Amazon. That's
Yeah,
exactly what he did.
yeah. So
I
let's
didn't
talk
even
about
think of that.
if you want to talk about rates, okay, and per hour rates. Let's break it down to the most simplest form and the thing we've been paying for by the hour since the beginning of time. Prostitutes. All right. Now, or as I like to call it, shop rates.
You just had to go there. You just
I
had
did.
to go there.
I had to. I'm sorry. I had to. I didn't want to interrupt your squirrel talk. You know, you got a very family friendly program over here talking about the wild squirrels at the truck stop, and I come in and ruin it. But like ultimately, like there's a lot to be learned in that because you know, like you know, that's an hourly gig that is very like charge the most you can, but at some point, like you gotta have the economics to support it.
Yes, I agree with that. And that's like part of the problem that I think I've been pretty forward, and you and I have had some talks. I don't know how to say this correctly. I see why people struggle as owner operators in a way that I didn't see a year ago. And the reason I'm saying that is how expensive it is when you break down and you talked about like the economics of things when
Right.
your business doesn't make any money. Like, hopefully, you have put yourself in a position where you can withstand downturns, even in a
Yeah.
time where your business doesn't make any profit, where you're in
That's
the
it.
red $6,000-7,000. You know
That's
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah.
That is,
And, and I want to be clear. I'm not like picking on Marty with
yeah,
the
neither am
hourly
I.
thing. Like it's good to think about things from a different point of view sometimes. It gives you perspective. Um, but yeah, it's the double-edged sword when you're broke down, man. You're no income, and then it's getting you on the other side because you're paying, to be in, you're paying to be in the game. You're paying that shop rate. What's that
Right.
say there?
It says, I can't believe Hey Raccoon didn't work. I wanted that thing to walk over here, man. That was one of the biggest raccoons I've ever seen. That thing was huge. Yeah, no, I wasn't picking on Marty either. I was just saying I've learned so much over the course of 2.5 years. And like you said, looking at things from a different perspective, I definitely walked around like an egotistical prick. I'm the first one to be able to admit that. I definitely
Yeah,
did.
for
And
sure.
I did. I'm able to admit it.
I know. I,
And that's
I go back to that time you and Valox was on here talking about, how great of business, entrepreneurs you guys were. And I was like, no, you're lucky. You're in the greatest trucking market of all time. Like,
well, let me be
you know,
clear about something. I have done
you,
two things outside of trucking, business wise, that have generated me not millions of dollars, but lots of money, right?
okay.
I've done two things outside of trucking, business wise.
Okay. And I'm not saying you're not great business people. I'm just saying you were in the greatest trucking market of all time. It's kind of like, you know, kind of like being born rich. I can't hold it against you. I mean, hell, your parents, did the right things with money. You were born rich. It's like these trust fund kids. You can't hate on them because their parents gave them a bunch of money. But it's like it's kind of weird when they don't acknowledge, like why they drive a Lamborghini. It's like,
Right.
but yeah.
No, and like I said, I'm not one to sit here and pretend I know, like I said, I've looked at things from a different perspective now and heard things from people that even a year ago or a year and a half ago, I've even had these conversations with you. Like, I know that I operate a successful trucking deal right now, right? Like, I did it right because I had good tutelage. When the money was there, I listened to people that are successful in this industry. But all of a sudden that downturn comes, and if you spend $47,000 in 1 year, and then the first quarter of the next year you're already, $20,000 in, that's hard to survive. Like,
Right.
and I see it now, and I believe, like, I'm at the point where, dude, I went and looked at another truck today. Like, I'm at the point where I'm either gonna end up being like all in, or I really need to like set up a dollar amount to get out, because as clear as I can, like, my business has bled money now for months on end, and I'm paying on a truck that has been in a shop longer than it was on the road after the purchase.
Yeah.
That's not sustainable. I cannot make a truck payment for the next 6 months without that truck generating some sort of revenue.
Yeah.
That's horrible business.
Well, I got a little side hustle. If you're interested, I'll just let you guys know. I will drive your truck into a river for $3,000 cash. You know,
Can you make it? Can you fire it up without the key? Actually, let's talk off of YouTube. Because $3,000 is a great investment for me.
I just wanted to put that out there. I'm willing to put it in a river for $3,000. Like,
yeah.
Just saying. I got a flotation device. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, this is not easy. And you know what? I know I walked around with a big head and thought it was. I think a lot of us did. And I kind of, I've always been open, or what I mean is I've always been willing to listen, right? I didn't come into this with like this closed mind of me knowing it all. And I think I kind of leaned on that too much. Like, oh, I'm following good advice. I am coachable. I'm teachable. But then through the course of that success, even though everybody could have been successful at that time, like, I got this ego about me. You know what I mean? Where now I look and I'm like, holy shit, like, what this guy was saying, I would have said, oh, you're bad with your money. Well, I see how you can, like, go bankrupt. Like, I really do. If I'm not too prideful.
Was that a shot at this guy trucks?
No. Why?
Oh, okay.
Is that what happened?
No, I don't know.
Oh no, I actually watched that guy.
Oh, okay.
I don't mind Josh. I know people don't like him. I don't mind him. Like, I don't think he's a bad dude.
No,
I think he's a young, like, a 5-6 year guy that's been in a truck. Like, I remember being like that. And I'm not saying that rudely or meanly. Like, I've been in a truck for 25 years. Like, I've earned the right to, like, or not earn the right, but like, I see the difference in longevity and what a career has done to somebody. And I just think he's still, like, young in trucking. And I'm not saying that meanly.
No, I agree with that. I was just joking around.
Oh.
Your truthfulness and honesty was making me uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. What are you drinking there, Fate Trucking? Is that a bottle of vodka? Is
vodka.
Gotten that bad?
Tito's and soda.
Oh, nice.
I'm a little bit dehydrated.
Oh, okay. I look at it like, when everybody's making $4,000 a week profit, trucking is fun and easy. But then when it gets like it is now, it becomes like business. Like, there are decisions you have to make that are not the easy or fun ones.
So let me ask you this, because it's kind of a question I've asked you, and if you don't want to answer it, you don't have to. So I'm new. Like I consider myself like a toddler in the owner operator world, right? 2.5 years. What I lost my train of thought here. Oh, what did you say?
We were talking about when it's good, and when
Oh,
it's
yeah.
bad, it's like real business. You know, right now it's like realness.
How long did it take you to not make it personal? And what do you say to the people that are thinking about becoming an owner operator or any type of business when you have to make those decisions not to take it personal?
I started very young in business. You know what I mean? Like I was doing like, you know, your normal kid stuff as a kid, you know, mowing yards. My family were all self-employed. We had a sawmill, a logging company, wood furniture, you know, stuff like that. So I've been around business my whole life. But as far as my first like true like legit business, I started. I was raising some animals, you know, livestock when I was young, and I was getting USDA loans every spring to get those, you know, and you had to know your numbers. You had to show a business plan, like, you know, like, so I've been around business a really long time, and I've learned that the emotional side of it is really just an extra step that is not necessarily necessary, if that makes sense. Like just over the time. So, you know, even outside of trucking, in trucking, I've just, you know, I try not to take it personal. Like if I had to go back to being a company driver, hell, I just go back to being a company driver. I find something else to do. You know what I mean? It, it's a numbers thing to me. It's not who I am. It's not, you know, like I drive a truck for a living. I'm not a truck driver. I don't look at it. I look at it like that. Like, you know,
Okay.
like
Yeah, no, I'm going to share a comment that you made to me, and you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, because at first I thought you were joking with me. And the more I thought about it after I got off the phone with you, like I think you were being honest with me. You had made a comment to me when I
yes,
was kind of bitching, I mean, for lack of better terms, and you're like, "Well, not everybody's meant to be an owner operator." And
right.
that's exactly how you said it to me. And I
Yeah.
laughed and thought, "Oh, Cash is being Cash." And then I hung up the phone with you. I'm like, "Holy shit, he wasn't joking." Like it clicked with me. Like the attitude and the conversation I was having with you that night, I might as well have been a company driver bitching about my company job. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not business.
Here's the thing about it. Number one, my truth will always be wrapped in a layer of trying to make it funny. That way it sticks with you and you don't get as mad about it because you think about it later, and then that center, that jawbreaker hard truth center hits you, you know. But it's, you know, I try to just, you know, help people, but a lot of times, you know, if you just hit them with the hard truth, it's like, you know, it's like almost being mean. And I don't want to be mean because then nobody, you know, it's just not who I want to be in life. But
Right.
yeah, no, it's it's that I could tell at the time you were upset, and like I told you, you know, when a check engine light comes on a truck, it'll make a man, you know, rethink a lot of decisions he's made in life. You know, like you'll start. When I was in third grade, I should have not, you know, like you'll go way back on some of the decisions you've made when that check engine light comes on. But it's better just to deal with it. Like try to make it as less emotion as you possibly can, and just deal with it because you know, you know,
Yeah,
crying is usually a step that's, you know, doesn't work. You know.
I appreciate you for that, man. Like I'm not kissing your ass here on a live show. Like I appreciate that somebody can say something like that to me, knowing how I feel about what I'm doing and the trucks and the
Yeah.
small business. I really do appreciate that. But we got a great comment here
Okay.
from WCF Invader. It says, "Hey Cash, where do you drain your portable AC? I bought one to use with my with my Park Smart system since the AC went out in it. So how do you drain your portable AC unit?
So it has a drain on the bottom, but the one I bought is a Hisense from Home Depot, and it kind of evaporates the water out the heat tube out the window. So unless it's really, really humid outside, you don't have to worry about it. And if it's really, really humid outside, about every 5-6 hours, you probably need to drain, just open the plug. I just open it up, drain it into a little bowl, and then throw it out the window. People probably think I'm draining my pea cup out the window, but it's just evaporated water. Now, back to me telling you not everybody's meant to be an owner operator, which is very true. Because in times like this, you're not going to make more than an owner operator as an owner operator than you will. There's times, like I'll have a bad week and I'll put it on YouTube, and there'll be a lot of guys, well, I make more than you as a company driver. And I'm like, I don't doubt you in the least. It was a pretty rough week I had there. The beginning of last month, I started off first week, $3,400 in repairs, and then came back the next week and had another almost $600 in repairs. That's a way to start your month right there,
Right.
and to pencil it down to the end of the month, like that was a rough month. But if I was just kicked back making $2,000 a week as a driving for Walmart or whoever, like, yeah, hell yeah, they probably made more than I did last month. It's give and take. But when I told you that not everybody's meant to be a company driver, do you remember the exact sentence I told you right after that?
Not everybody is meant to be an owner operator. No, I don't, because that's what stuck with me.
Yeah, that got in your crawl. I could tell when I told you. But then I doubled down on it and I said, I think I seen Dart's hiring.
Yeah, Dart is hiring. Yes. As soon as you said that, I remembered what you said. And see, you had just made a comment about, you'd go back to company driving if numbers made sense.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know if I could. Like, and I'm not saying like this is it or nothing. I'm just saying, man, it would be very hard for me, not because of pride, but because of everything a company is going to want me to do.
Yes.
And that just,
yeah.
I've done that shit for too long. Like,
and for me, when I say the numbers would have to work, all of that would have to be accounted for. You know what I mean? Like there's times when I'm at home and I haven't agreed to a load. Maybe they're looking for a load, and I just call them and I say, hey, go ahead and stop, or I'll text them and say, let's change the date I'm leaving from the 6th to the 10th.
yep.
You're not going to do that as a company driver. You're not going to call your company and say, push her back 4 days. Give me 4 more days. Or, there's been a time in my life when I was an owner operator back in the day where I took off so much time. The company I was leased to called me and said, do you still work here? And literally at the time I was in Phoenix driving through the desert, and I was like, yeah, I think I still work there. And they were like, well, you haven't checked in like 3 weeks. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'll let you know when I get back. I'll let you know when I'm back to the truck. But at the time I was in the car just cruising through the desert with literally nowhere to go. Just wherever I ended up is where I ended up. And, you're not going to do that as a company driver.
I gotta say this real quick. So I think Marty and Mark Ely are kind of having a conversation. Mark Ely talked about his January numbers. Marty says, you say you charge $100 an hour or so on 70-hour clock. You're right. Now grossing at $7,000. So Marty, and I'm not like, I don't know Mark, but like me, I very seldom run my 70 hours out in a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I did my numbers. I was going to share this in the video I made. My average driving for the month, I worked So the month of May, I worked 23 days. I drove 8,001 miles. That's like 360 miles a day.
Yeah.
If you average it out. Like
Yeah.
I've made vlogs where it's like, holy cow, I have to drive 500 miles today. Like that's hard on me.
Yeah.
Now when I was a company driver, I had to do that. I had to get 600 miles a day and run 10 hours, 11 hours. I don't
Yeah.
do that as an owner operator, and the gross is much more than running what I was for a company. But like I said, on paper, there's months, and I bet there's going to be years. If I survive this, there will probably be years that I make less than I did when I was a company driver, without a doubt, because I've already experienced it. Partially because I don't pay myself a lot of money.
Yeah.
But that's the difference between owner operator and company in my mind. You're not forced to drive when you don't want to drive, and your gross revenue on the load is a lot more for the hours spent behind the wheel. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
You're
And
not going to
also-
gross.
Oh, go ahead.
I just was going to say, like, as a company driver, I never grossed $850 to $1,300 a day or $5,000 in 2 days on 1,000 miles. I never did that as a company driver.
Yeah.
I've done that as an owner operator. Now, once again, that's not all my money, but the reward for the time that I spend behind the wheel, in my mind, is greater than the time spent when I was a company driver behind the wheel. Did that make sense?
Yeah. But it's not always going to work out like that, you know, like, you know, take the weeks where, you know, you got repairs and stuff. Over time, it will if you do it right. But, you know, the people, and that's why I say not everybody should be an owner operator, because a lot of people can't handle that, you know, that roller coaster that is being a business owner. And I also wanted to say real quick, earlier when I said that thing about Dart's hiring, that wasn't to disparage any Dart drivers out there. We're both from Minneapolis, and if you can go a day without seeing a Dart is hiring a driver thing in Minneapolis, you're
Yes.
riding around with your eyes closed, because Dart is huge in Minneapolis. So
Yes.
I just wanted to put
Well-
that out there.
And I think to kind of talk about your point, hold on. I forgot to set or release my or set my trailer brakes. Kind of what you just said about it too, like me being an owner operator versus a company guy isn't all about the money. Like that sounds dumb. Like I like my freedom. I like
Yeah.
the fact that if I want to go home, I can go home like right now. Nobody is forcing. If I wanted to deadhead all the way from Maryland back to Minnesota and been home yesterday, nobody can tell me that I can't do that. If I think my business can handle that, I have the right to do it.
Yeah.
That's worth something to me. I can't put I really can't put a dollar amount on it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
If
yeah.
I want to go ice fishing, I don't have to ask Cash. When I started this, you were somebody that helped me get into this. I told you part of the reason I was mad at my company is I was working 7 days a week. This is right when the virus started. I was working 7 days a week. I would ask for time off that was already my scheduled days off, and they wouldn't give it to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never want to experience that again.
Yeah.
That's
A lot of
just my
companies don't
opinion.
realize that's a lot of companies don't, you know, they'll like, I tell you, the one that gets me here lately is these people that are getting fired from their retail jobs for trying to stop people from stealing.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
I saw
it's
that on
like,
YouTube.
that one, it's like, so you're punishing the people that are trying to help you. That's the way I look at kind of your situation. They were punishing someone willing to work 7 days a week, you know, like by not letting you take off. It's like horrible way to run a business. Like
Huh.
you would never do that, you know, like,
Not to keep, I mean, it added up to a lot of things, and I'm not blaming that company. That was actually a good company I worked for. But that literally like was the tipping point for me. That was the point where I was just like, you know what? If I can't get a day off to do something that I want to do, why should like, and it was kind of local. I spent a couple of nights a week in a truck, but I wasn't home anyways. Like I was
Yeah.
always working. And when I was home, I was sleeping, you know.
Yeah.
Killian's, you know, God forbid it's Friday. We know he's out fishing. He already caught 3 fish. I think they do a lot of bass fishing out there in Alabama or Georgia. Why did I say
Oh,
Alabama?
you just called someone
Yeah.
from Georgia and Alabama.
I know. I know. Sorry. Go dogs. Go dogs.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Uh,
I'll tell you the difference. Okay, people from Georgia have sex with their cousins.
oh,
Okay,
come on.
people
This
from
is a family
Alabama.
friendly.
Oh, okay, well,
Not so. Some of us are trying to build a channel. We're not sitting on a gold mine of a channel right now.
oh, I built every bit of that with jokes just like this. I'll tell you
Right?
right now.
I already got an offer on the international. Mark says he'll give me $5,000 for it.
All right, we'll start the bidding at
Cut your losses.
5,000.
Ah,
As is, Mark. You got to take it in the shop. You got to pay that bill to get it out. So
yeah. He was only out for about. I was only out there an hour. Wow. Maybe I need to go fishing in Georgia. Just seeing if there's any other questions in here. Made it to the live show. Cash is on. DJ's in the house. Oh, he took 2 weeks off. Listen to this guy. Killian's Trucking took 2 weeks off. First week was to fish. Tomorrow we'll be heading out to the cabin. We got rented on Lake Notley. Is that how you say it? Notley? Notley. Notley in Blairsville, Georgia. Hope all is well. Well, Killian's, man, I hope you have a blast, brother.
and by that, you mean his boat blows up?
No, I hope he has fun, man. Dude bought a boat, a new truck. Like, good for him.
He's living life, man. I'm just breaking his balls.
Yeah, no, good for him, man. Here we go. Cents per mile. Topic. When times are tough, you do stick with the lanes you know, or go outside your comfort zone and take a chance. I can speak for myself, and then I'll let Cash answer that. When times are tough, do you stay to the lanes you know or go outside your comfort zone? Right now, I typically stay in the lanes that I know. I typically run Midwest to the East Coast and then back to Minnesota. I am not doing that next week because my stepson graduates from high school and I want to be at the ceremony. So I'm changing things up, but I'm running lanes that I know. I'm running the Midwest. Being from Minnesota, I know these lanes. So I think in a down market or tougher times, I would stay with what I know is consistent. I have consistency running Midwest to the East Coast.
Okay.
You know, I would even I did that when the market was on fire too. Like, I built connections, and the carrier that I'm leased onto built some really good connections that I think allows us to maybe be in some better times than other people. Does that make sense?
It does.
I know you've experienced that too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said earlier, I do whatever's best that's in front of me at the moment. You know, like whatever works, man. That's what you do in business. You know, like I like to run certain lanes just because I know them. I know where I'm going to get my fuel. I know where I'm going to, all that stuff. But I found fuel in Illinois for $3.29 a gallon earlier.
Damn it, boy. 75-cent IFTA charge. Yeah. Your raw price was cheap.
$2.54.
I got fuel in I got fuel in Indiana yesterday or 2 days ago. Dude, I'm getting. Can I ask you a dumb question?
Sure.
It,
Can I
if
give
your
you a smart ass response?
if your turbo, let's say your turbo's going out, do turbos go out over time or do they just go out? That's question one.
Yeah, I think your turbo just goes out. Like
Okay.
if you know if there's something mechanically wrong with the turbo, the way that thing works, it's probably not going to hang on. You know, it's like if you got a bad turbine or what I mean, like. And I'm no mechanic, I'm no engineer, but as you look at how a turbo works and the way it spins, and especially if you had an actuator, you probably had variable geometry, very complex. If that thing was going, like it probably just gave loose, like, but anyway.
Oh,
Why are
Hey,
you getting good
my
fuel
my wife
economy
keeps
now?
calling me. Yeah, dude. That was my question. I'm getting extremely good fuel economy. My wife has tried calling me twice now, so I think I'm gonna have
All
to
right.
end this live and give her a call. All right,
Yeah, I need to get back on the
Cash.
road. Bye, everybody.
Th- Thanks for stopping by, man. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
no
it.
problem. No problem,
All
man. Have
right,
a good
guys.
weekend.
You too, sir. I hope everybody has a good week, and I'm out later.